Hello everyone, I'm Amir. Today we are replacing the brakes and rotor on my 2004 Toyota Corolla. Let's get into it. Before we take the assembly off, crack the torque on these 14mm caliper bolts first while everything is still mounted. It's much easier than fighting them later. You'll see what I mean by that. Now go ahead and remove the two 17mm bolts up here and one down here, might be not visible in the camera, holding the caliper bracket to the knuckle. Once those are out, the entire assembly comes out as one unit. Now that the screws are off, let's shake this assembly off. With the assembly off, I'll pop out the old inner brake pad. So that would be this. I'm using a C-clamp against the old pad here to compress the piston back into the housing. We need to make plenty of room for those thick new pads to come in. I'm not going to force it, I'm just going to push it as far as it can freely go. Alright, seems like that's a stop. Now we can finish removing these 14mm bolts that we loosened earlier to separate the caliper from the bracket. Once they're separated, take the caliper and set it up safely. You should use an S-hanger, but this is the way I'm doing it. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that here. Next, we prep the bracket, slide the old pads and the rattle clips out. Use a wire brush to scrub away the rust buildup where the clip sit. Clean it with a brake parts cleaner. Next, I'm gonna apply a conservative amount of AGS BK1 grease. Onto the slider pins. Let's pull them out, clean the old grease off the pin. Clean the old grease off the pin. I'm going to remove the rubber and clean that from the inside. Now let's go ahead and also clean the insides of that, where the pin goes. Put this rubber back in there. I'm applying a decent amount of Toyota Pink grease. When you put the pin back, squeeze it all the way in to burp out any trapped air so it doesn't hydrolock. Now for the brake pads, I'm applying AS880 and Shim grease to the backing plate. And then some more right here. And then we're going to go ahead and apply our shims. Also, let's go ahead and apply a wear indicator. Now that we have the new pads prepped, this is what's going to go in the back and this is what's going to go in the front. We will go ahead and put the clips back on here. We will go ahead and put our grease on there to have the brake pad slide in. Time for the rotors. Pull the old one off If it's seized, you can give it a few taps with a hammer. Just be careful not to hit the lug nuts. Yep, it is seized. Before the new rotor goes in, I'm wire brushing the hub face. We want perfectly flat surface here to avoid minor angles that could cause brake pulsation. Give it a quick spray with brake cleaner to finish. Clean the rotors with brake cleaner to remove the factory oils. If you leave that oil on, it will contaminate your new pads and affect your braking performance. Let's slide the fresh rotor onto the hub. I could put anti-seize on it before, but I decided not to, just because, no reason. Braking goes on first with 17 mm bolts. Slide your newly prepped pads into the clips. I was having difficulty putting in the brake pad with the brake squeal indicator. I had to remove it. So our brake pads are in right now. Finally, slide the caliper over the pads and bolt it down with your 14 millimeter pins. All right. Final step, pump up the brake pedals until it's firm. Put the wheel back on and you're done. All right, that's done.